I would wake up at night dissatisfied with who I was becoming. And so it began to occur to me that one of the best things that I could do was to become a warrior. Sometimes you just gotta show up. The only way you succeed is by making it about others. And the fastest way to ensure your own demise is by making it about you. That not only makes others not like being around you as much, but really signifies that you're not ready for this kind of environment. Yeah, most of what we do here sucks, but that's the whole point. This fire is what forges warriors. What's going on, JJ? I'm sure this seems like forever ago. That's usually how this sort of thing works. I wanted to record this message to just provide some comparison between who I was and the space I was in at the beginning of this journey and who I was well into it. Really, all I am thinking about at this point is improvement is virtually guaranteed if you decide to face the most difficult thing that you can imagine, and that if you decide you're going to take what's valuable from any situation, no matter how grueling, no matter how boring, you will become wiser and you will become better. I look at the pictures hanging on my dad's wall of my dad in his dress blues and my cousin in his dress blues and my brother in his dress blues. That's going to be such an honor to be a part of this tradition. What more can you ask for? Leadership is an interesting topic. You go through the schoolhouse thinking that it's this one thing, and then in practical application, as happens so often in life, it's something else. The military schoolhouse does a lot to prepare you for the military, but it doesn't fundamentally change who you are. I think to do that requires a lot more work. It does reveal many things about you to yourself. Reveals your inadequacies, reveals your strengths, and more than anything reveals the importance of figuring out how to be you to the best effect that you possibly can in order to be a positive influence on the lives of those that you're leading. Leadership is not a trait, it is a privilege. It is a position that you can be put in and just as easily taken out of, and it's something that should be treated with the utmost reverence, because the difference between a leader who cares and a leader who wants to be there and a leader who is just going through the motions can make the most profound difference in the lives of others. In order to be a person worthy of emulation, you have to have your life in order. Have I grown in confidence? Absolutely. But that has come with an equal increase in awareness of my own faults as a person, which is a good thing. One could argue that the path of self-improvement is marked by greater and greater awareness of your own faults. Self-improvement is also a path of continual humbling in which you realize further and further with each day how little you know, how much room there is left to grow, how unspecial you are, by which I mean you're not entitled to anything that anybody else is not. The world is yours for the taking, but you have to put in the work to do it. There's something that an officer once referred to as the good dude rule. This refers to the very simple principle that you should treat others the way you want to be treated. You can either make a positive or a negative impact. If you're not a good person, if you do not put others above yourself, people are not going to want to be around you. That's not sustainable in the long run. I want to read a quote. I had already noticed a subtle change in worldview. My tolerance for abstract theory and academic posturing had evaporated. From that afternoon on, I accepted the rules and lived by them. It was about cool under pressure. It was about detachment. We had to retain our ability to think when the world was crumbling around us, not for ourselves, but for our Marines. If you can figure out how to leave enough of a mark on that person's life that they would have been worse off for not having met you, that is leadership. Now, it's not all of leadership, but at a minimum, I believe that that is at the heart of what these schools instilled. You'll notice at the start of this series, when we went into this, it's very much coming from the perspective of, I want to improve myself. I want to do something that's going to make me grow, that's going to make me better. And while none of those things have gone away, the added element of others, the added element of servanthood is something so invaluable. The future disappeared, and my selfish motives went with it. I existed only in the present. The one thing keeping me going was being part of a group, knowing each mistake made my comrades a little weaker. You can improve yourself all you want, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you alienate those around you. You do what you can to become better for those around you, to lift up those around you. How do you do that? You don't do it by being the best who ever lived. You do it in a moment, in a split second, in an instant, in a single interaction. You can do that. Just be there for others. Just show up. There's so many opportunities, so many avenues by which to improve yourself. And not all of them look like the military. That is one stepping stone by which I was able to gain these insights that I stand here today sharing with you. Write down your deficiencies. Write down your plan to address them. Write down your goals. Learn to be a blessing to others by virtue of the standard of excellence that you hold yourself to. The unbelievable caliber of people that this path has exposed me to, put me into contact with, I could never describe. And to the extent possible, I want to thank all of you. If you see this, you know who you are. I took 65 men to war and brought 65 home. I gave them everything I had. Together, we had passed the test. Fear didn't beat us. We fought for each other. I am proud. Whenever that day comes, I want to be able to say that I am proud. 3 years ago, I sat before you, anxiously looking forward to a new adventure. Today, I stand before you, unsure of what lies ahead of me, but with a full heart. That being said, I'm going to keep on living in the present.
Understand, the clock is always ticking.
I know not where this journey is going to go, but I know that I'm very grateful to have been put in this position. So many people spend their lives looking for an adventure or looking for a fight, and I have that, and I'm so blessed to have that, and I remind myself of that. You know, I was blessed enough to grow up relatively comfortably and reach a point where I could choose the struggle that I wanted to characterize my life. I put myself here for the challenge, for the difficulty, for the trials, for the failures. It's a tremendous opportunity, an opportunity to better myself. And I really do hope that this series has been beneficial to at least one person watching. I don't really know where we go from here, but I know wherever it is, there will be plenty of potential to learn. I had a thought yesterday. You sacrifice everything you possibly can for those around you. And if they don't appreciate it, at least you have the peace of knowing that you sacrificed everything for those around you. Thank you guys for following me. See you in the next one.
Take action.
Thanks for watching.
Take action. The clock is always ticking. Take action.
Why am I doing this? Well, there's something I wrote in the essay portion of my Marine Corps application. I understand that I could be more than I am. That was the first sentence. It's not a cliche. It's not something that I just wrote because I thought that the application reviewer would like to hear it. It's something that I deeply believe.